Hey everybody, I'm John Swantek. Welcome to Direct Connect presented by United, where you guys, the fans, get to ask the questions and connect directly with PGA Tour players through our social media platforms. Pleasure to be joined this week by the man defending his title at the True South Classic. Chris Kirk joins us from Mississippi. Chris, thanks for the time. Good to be back in Annandale.
Absolutely, yeah. A lot of good memories from last year, and looking forward to another great week.
All right, let's jump right in. A lot of questions from Chris's fans this week. First one through Facebook from Stephen Brown. Chris, how has it been for you as a PGA Tour winner, he asks, and how has this changed your life?
It's changed a lot of things for me, giving me a little bit of job security out here on the tour for a few years, and definitely giving me a lot of confidence knowing that I can do it, that I can win out here on the tour, and I'm just hoping to do it again as soon as possible.
Chris Kirk was a member of the 2005 National Championship team at the University of Georgia, and he won the Ben Hogan Award in 2007 as the nation's top collegiate player. Next question comes through Twitter from @HunkerDown16. Chris, been a big fan since your days at UGA. Didn't you make your pro debut at this event in 2007?
I did, yeah. This was my first event that I played as a professional after the Walker Cup in 2007 when I turned pro. And just was such a nice thing for Randy Watkins, who was the former tournament director, gave me a sponsor exemption here. And to be able to come here and start off my career as a pro at a PGA Tour event was great, and was a big part of the reason why I wanted to come back and play last year.
Chris Kirk paying it forward. 114th in FedEx Cup points, by the way, inside the top 125 who qualify for the playoffs in 5 weeks. Next question through the Tour Report from Ottawa, Canada, Francois Thoreau. Have you always swung with that deliberate tempo, he asks, or have you perfected it over the years?
As far as I know, I always have. It's funny when I see my swing on video. It looks a lot different than what it feels, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not necessarily trying to hit it really hard, but I see it on video or whatever, and I'm just like, man, do I really swing that slow? But I guess it's worked so far. I'll keep doing it.
We got a video submission this week that came to directconnectpgatour@gmail.com. That's how you send in your video submissions for our guests. And this one comes from Bill Skaggs from Darby, Pennsylvania.
Hey Chris, what's your most embarrassing moment in golf since you turned pro? Have a great week.
That's a tough call. Maybe showing up to the golf course with no belt on a few times. A few things like that. Nothing too bad though, thankfully. Not that I can recall anyways.
All right, Chris Kirk, our guest this week. A couple of victories on the web.com tour before joining the PGA Tour. Made his first start here at the True South Classic in 2007. Another question through the Tour Report from Jay Score. Says, hey Chris, I can't resist asking, how often do you hear Star Trek references and jokes, and what's the best one?
Not as often as you would think, and I wouldn't call any of them best one. But no, I've actually never really seen Star Trek and don't know much about it. I think my dad has gotten a lot more Captain Kirk references than I have.
All right, the hard-hitting questions continue for Chris Kirk. This one through Facebook from Jason Dorst. How do you prefer your chicken wings, Chris? Mild, hot, or barbecue?
I would go a little bit of barbecue and a little bit of medium.
All right. As a man who knows his southern cuisine, by the way, Chris Kirk, born in Knoxville, Tennessee, lives in Georgia. In fact, that's the topic of our next question through Twitter from @UGA21. Now that you're a dad for the first time, what family activities will you do in the Sea Island, St. Simons area? You and young son Sawyer, who's now 4 months old, right?
Yeah, Sawyer's 4 months old now, and we just enjoy hanging out. We got to the beach club out at Sea Island a good bit, and he's got a little pop-up tent that we'll set up for him to have some shade out there and just relax and take it easy.
Beautiful place, too, and a lot of tour players have begun settling there in the last few years, huh, Chris?
Yeah, we've got around 10 or so tour players now that live there, and it's just a really great place for us to sort of get away from the hectic life of traveling on the tour. It's kind of our vacation when we get to go home, and the practice facilities are great. And it's just a really great small town atmosphere there. You know, the locals, they definitely support us a lot but respect our privacy at the same time. It's really a great place for families, just a wonderful place to live.
A lot of fun stuff for Chris Kirk during his title defense tournament week at the True South. I understand on Tuesday you had the opportunity to throw out the first pitch in the baseball game between the Mississippi Braves and the Chattanooga Lookouts. How cool was that opportunity?
Yeah, really a cool thing for me to be able to do. I grew up a huge Braves fan and still am a huge Braves fan, and always wanted to be a major league pitcher before I realized that I was better at golf. So yeah, really a cool thing for me to get to do.
Looking to throw strikes all week long, Chris Kirk, defending his title at the True South Classic. Chris, thanks for the time, play well, and thanks for connecting with us.
Absolutely, thank you.